Hey everybody, Some Gadget Guy here with another cover review, this time for the Galaxy S5 and the fine folks at Toast-Made Toast Covers up in Portland, Oregon. They sent us down a real wood cover for the Galaxy S5. I've done other reviews on toast covers in the past, and they're a really fun, quirky company. They make these real wood, natural fiber, adhesive covers, which just kind of help protect our phones against bumps and scratches and stuff like that. But all of their manufacturing, all of the laser cutting that goes into making a toast cover is done here in the United States, and their entire facility is also powered by renewable energy, so they're a very green company as well. You can catch more information on Toast at toastmade.com, but now I think it's time to start pulling pieces out to see what we've got for a full assembly of Galaxy S5 customization and protection. Okay, we can get rid of that, get rid of this, and we can get rid of that. Okay, so we have a main piece for the back plate. We have a smaller piece for the front face, and put that right there. And then we also have a couple side smaller covers. Let's get these out of the bag. And they even have a little piece just for the individual buttons in the camera as well. That's pretty rad. And so we have individual pieces that are designed to go across every single piece. This is on the volume rocker side. Around every single piece of our Galaxy S5. And especially for you folks who maybe you're not in love with the back plate, the dimpled back cover on the Galaxy S5, we can now replace it with something that looks a little more organic. So I'm gonna go into fast forward mode now, apply all of these different pieces, and we'll see how it looks when it's all assembled. All right, and there you have it. If you always wanted a wooden Galaxy S5, this is what it would look like. Now, I had the super fast forward going on for my video there, but total application time was about 10 minutes with me really going through and trying to carefully piece this all together, which is pretty good, especially considering that I am terrible at putting on things like screen protectors and other skins and wraps, that the cutouts and pieces on the toast covers line up really well. The only piece that gave me a little difficulty was this front face, and it's because these long skinny pieces are so thin that it has a little bit of flex to it, a little bit of give. So if you saw, especially in the fast forward, I had to kind of scooch it and move it and squish it just a little bit to make sure all of the ports were appropriately lined up for each of the cutouts. But going through all of the pieces on the case, we've got great clearance around the headphone jack, the IR blaster, and the top microphone are cut out. There are pieces to put onto things like the volume rocker and the power button, so they stick out a little bit more. Out of everything on this case, I think those might be the two pieces I'd be the most worried about. They use a really hardcore 3M adhesive. So this is a single-use case which is designed to live on your device, and after a day or so, once the adhesive sets in, you need heat to remove it. So on Toast's website, they have a removal video, and it shows someone using a hairdryer just to loosen up the glue on this just enough to peel it all off. But I think out of all of the pieces on this case, especially as you're pulling this phone in and out of pockets, you might still lose the power button and the volume rocker. I'm not sure I love the piece that goes on top of the camera just because it sticks out a little bit and gives it just a little bit of an edge. That might get caught on stuff like, again, when you're pulling your phone in and out of your pocket. So I'll give that a go for a little while, but I might end up removing the camera piece. But everything else is lining up exactly where you need it to be. There's excellent clearance around the USB port, so you can still get to that easily. The multitasking and back buttons have nice cutouts, so you can tap in there. And ditto the bottom mic, which is also nicely cut out. I'm just always impressed with this laser cut design because there are rounded contours and rounded corners and edges, and wood is one of those materials where it feels really nice in the hand, but getting the contours right in an easy to apply shell is gotta be kind of a difficult design challenge, especially how the sides taper and the corners round off. The guys at Toast do a really good job of making that clean. And now I have no idea if this is gonna work, but the cool thing about this case being a two-piece with all of these side pieces being separate is that you can still do things like peel off the back plate. So I just wanna try now to see if the official Samsung case is still gonna fit. So let's see if we can pop this in place. There might be just a little too much stuff around the sides to still use that. But we've cleared all that. All of those corners still fit. Hey, look at that. No, that's cool. So it's just a little, you'd have to break in this side piece a little bit more, but you can still use the official Samsung flip case with your wooden Galaxy S5. That's fantastic. It does push against this side ever so slightly so the window lines up with the side of the phone as opposed to overlapping the phone. But if you wanted to swap out cases like this or backplates like that, you'd still be able to do it. As I've been playing around with more cases and cover solutions, I think I've been liking skins and wraps in covers a bit more than full-on bumper cases or rugged cases, especially a device like the Galaxy S5, which is partially waterproofed, and this 3M adhesive is going to be water resistant as well. It won't add any waterproofing to the Galaxy S5, but you don't have to worry about your Galaxy S5 taking a dunk and then losing your fancy wood cover. They actually put a video up on Instagram, I believe, where they soaked a Galaxy S5 for a half hour and the Toast cover remained intact, which is pretty sweet. As compared to plastic-backed phones, especially some of the glossy plastic-backed phones, maybe a little less so for the Galaxy S5. But wood is a really nice feel in the hand. It's got a nice texture to it. It's got a good gripability without being sticky. You know, like when you get that rubbery, sticky feeling and you try and pull a phone out of your pocket and it pulls your pocket out with it. And then as this gets scratched up, as this gets worn, I think it's going to look cooler than metal or plastic getting scratched up. That just sort of looks busted. Wood, as it wears out, looks kind of warm. It looks kind of vintagey or looks kind of antique-y, which is an interesting thing to apply to our phone. That's an interesting dynamic that we don't often see with technology products. So something like a Toast cover just brings a slightly more organic feel to the gadget experience. And best of all, a cover like this isn't going to break the bank. It's a real wood cover manufactured in the United States and made with renewable energy. The back and cover pieces are going to retail for around $30 and the front face is going to retail for about $10. They are sold separately so that, if you want, you can just cover the back of the device and leave the front completely clean stock Galaxy S5. Or if you want to go whole hog and cover every non-touchscreen part of your phone with some kind of wood finish, then the entire process is going to cost you about $40. But I do have to reiterate that this is going to be a single-use product. Once you unpeel this adhesive, you're actually going to tear pieces of the wood apart. You can't go back once you remove a Toast-made cover. So if you're one of those people who likes to cycle through cases or cycle through covers and skins on a weekly basis, then maybe this might not be the product for you. But if you're looking for a fun, quirky way to customize your Galaxy S5, a unique experience for your Galaxy S5, I would wholeheartedly recommend checking out toastmade.com. I've got a link below this video so you can check out more of their products. They've got cases for a couple other Android phones, iPhones and pretty much the entire iOS landscape, the iPhone, iPhone 4S, iPhone 5, the iPad. I think they even make a couple larger covers for the Surface and for the MacBook Pro. As always, folks, thanks so much for watching my videos, sharing my videos, subscribing to my channel, hitting that thumbs up button, and dropping me all those awesome comments down below my videos. I've really appreciated the conversations we get into down in the comments because you guys have always been civil, but you ask great questions. And I will catch you all on the next review.